How's it going, everyone? Data here, and welcome to NHL 23. The game has just dropped, and it is day one here with the new game. Definitely, if you've been watching the channel, you know that I have a lot of thoughts about the game and franchise mode, etc. But we are here, and we are going to check out the rosters of every team in the NHL, AHL, and in the junior leagues, the Q, the O, and the Dub. So in this video, we're going to fly through what the EA ratings are. In a video that I will put up later today, I will share my roster as well as how I change the salaries of players so that they don't get changed in franchise mode due to LTIR not being a part of franchise mode still. But in this video, I will just be showing you the default ratings that EA has before I've touched anything. If you're curious just about what your favorite team is or some of the prospects in the game are, before they've been touched and rosters have been shared and all that kind of stuff, what does the game have them as? So you can go ahead and follow along with the timestamps down below between the NHL, AHL, juniors, etc. And I'll be going through the teams, giving my thoughts on the overalls, the potentials, where are the big misses, where are the slam dunks, and what definitely needs to be changed, as there is always something to say about the EA ratings. I'll try not to take too long, probably about an hour video here, so you can find the spot that you want to look at, or you can sit back, relax, and listen along the way. Let's get excited for some NHL 23 content, stuff like this, career simulations, franchise mode, much more. So if you're new to the channel, we'd love to have you join because there's a lot going on. And it'll be that much sweeter with you adding your thoughts to this series as well. So check out the channel if you haven't already. So starting with the Anaheim Ducks, we have the cover boy, Trevor Zegras, 87 overall. Now, is he an 87 overall just yet? I don't think so, but it is the puck skills that, that boosts the overall. Obviously, players who are really good but have low physical are going to be lower overalls. Players who are really good in one category will be boosted a little bit. 61 points in 75 games last season. He definitely deserves, I think, somewhere in the 85-86 range. 87 feels a bit high, but with the puck skills being so high, I understand why it's there. Just feels a bit much for me. Same with Troy Terry. Great season last year. It's the potential that feels a bit off for me. Yes, 37 goals, 67 points, but only 200 career games. I don't see him as a medium elite guy. Maybe he'll get there, but just yet, I feel like that's jumping the gun just a little bit. The 86 overall isn't horrible. I'd probably be closer to 85. If it's only one overall, I'm not going to cry over it. It's more the potential. I'd probably go high top 6. John Klingberg, Cam Fowler, and a lot of the time for these guys, overalls, when you're over the age of 26, when you get to 27, 28, 29, 30, overall potentials don't really matter because they just change to exact. So Ryan Strome at medium top 9 versus high top 9, or Cam Fowler at low elite versus high elite, it doesn't change anything for me. Jamie Drysdale, 83 overall. I like that boost after he had a solid season last year. 32 points from the, was it his official rookie season? I guess, actually 25 makes it a rookie season, I think. So last year would have been his rookie season. Shattenkirk, Henrique, Silverberg, don't see many complaints here. Vetrano, Kulikov, Comtois. I could see Comtois being a bit higher. McTavish, high top 6. See, McTavish is high top 6, but Terry is medium elite. That's where I probably see a bit of a discrepancy. Down the list, no one really changing my life too much here. Goaltenders, John Gibson is still highly rated, 90 overall. He carries the team very much. I would probably even give him a zone ability. One of the better goalies in the NHL, despite being on one of the worst teams. Put him on a really good team, I think John Gibson would be possibly even more highly rated. But, 90 is a lot on a bad team. Yes, he has the potential to be that good, but he hasn't been that good. I'd probably have him closer to 88, 89, but I do like that they're still respecting him for being such a good goalie. I don't know if it's warranted at this time. Moving on to the Arizona Coyotes, we see Clayton Keller at an 88 overall with medium elite potential. Clayton Keller, 63 points last season, his second best of his career. I don't mind the I don't mind the medium elite. The 88 does feel like a bit much after one better season. The last couple of years were pretty rough. I'd probably be closer to 86, 87, but 88 doesn't change my life. Chychrun at an 85 is probably where I'd have him a bit higher, perhaps, even medium elite as opposed to low elite. The Ghost, Shane Gostisbehere, the same overall as Jake Chychrun, is what confuses me a little bit. Yes, the offensive attributes are going to carry him a bit more, makes sense, but I probably would have Chychrun closer, probably the highest rated Coyote. Nick Schmaltz, I like the respect on him. Great guy. Lawson Krause, I'm sure the physical, carrying him a bit. But a pretty underrated player. I like Lawson Krause at an 82 with medium top 6. Barrett Hayton at medium top 6, 5th overall pick. Stetcher, Boyd, Nemeth quickly drops off here in Arizona. Bukestad, Ritchie, Fisher. Yeah, I'm glad that for guys like a Christian Fisher, like who have been medium top 6 for years, I'm glad that now he's a low top 9. No disrespect to him, but 25, 78, it's time to get realistic. If he's not top 6, he's going to, low top 9 makes a lot more sense. Brian Little, who is basically retired at this point. Goaltending, we have Vejmelka at an 83. I feel like after just one season at a sub 900 save percentage, as good as he was trying to make miracles for the Coyotes, I think this is kind of just throwing the Coyotes a bone, saying here's your starting goalie. If he wasn't your starter, if he was a backup on another team, he'd probably be a 79. Put him as a starter, he worked hard. Give him an 83. It's a bit too high in my opinion. Boston Bruins, we see Brad Marchand, David Pastrnak both at 91 overall. Charlie McAvoy, I'd probably rate him more highly. I think he's, even at an 89, he's a bit underrated, I think, at an 89. I'd probably give him closer to the 90-91 range as one of the, I'd put him as a top 5 defenseman in the NHL. Patrice Bergeron at 89, like to see that. Hampus Lindholm, 86. Probably have him closer to 85. Same for Taylor Hall, 86, still with the elite potential and all that. I'm at 61 points last season kind of rationalizes it, but the last few years of him being at that didn't really make a ton of sense, but 86 for right now. Hopefully he can live up to it. David Krejci, 84, I like that. Carlo, 84, Grizzlick, 84. Okay, Zaka 83, Charlie Coyle 82. I'd probably even have Coyle closer to 83 with these potentials. DeBrusk 82, Forbort 81. Mike Riley on waivers 81 overall. I think he's under. I don't mind that overall. Just odd that he was someone who was put on waivers by the Bruins. Smith, Frederick, Clifton, Nick Foligno at a 79. That does make sense. I'm glad he's not like an 83 when he was also a guy that was put on waivers. Down the list there. So no big complaints on the Bruins. I think their top guys are good. I'd probably have McAvoy a bit higher. I'd maybe even put Marchand or Pastrnak into that 92 category. Maybe Marchand, they have the speed down a little bit due to age. Maybe that's it. But no big complaints for the Bruins, aside from McAvoy. And for goaltending, Swayman and Ullmark are both 85 overall. So obviously in a franchise mode, for example, Swayman would start to take the reins as he is the younger guy with the medium starter potential. But both 85, not a problem. Buffalo Sabres, Rasmus Dahlin, 88 overall, medium elite. I think he had a really good season last year. I don't mind those attributes. I like the 90 offensive awareness and stuff like that, the good puck skills. I think this is a solid overall and potential for Rasmus Dahlin. I'd even be close to saying high elite, but I think this is fair. Tage Thompson, definitely a huge upgrade for him. 86 overall, 38 goals, great season. As you're going to hear throughout this video, I'm not a big fan of big boosts based on one season. I don't mean to speak badly, but I'm not a huge believer in Tage Thompson. I think he'll be a great player, but I don't think he's going to live up to the $7 million extension. So I'm glad that he's still medium top 6, but I'd probably have him 84, 85, because he'll grow with those attributes. But yeah, Jeff Skinner definitely back from the grave this year. Last year, I think he started I forget if it was at 79 or I think it was 79 when he started the season in NHL 22, but had a 33-goal year, 63 points. Welcome back. Definitely too much of a boost. I'd probably have him at an 82 or an 83. Just as he scored one good season, he's back to good graces in EA land after being a 79. Way too volatile. I probably would have had him at an 81 and now an 83. Instead, he went from 79 to 85. Alex Tuck, I'd probably have him closer to 86 than Tage Thompson as an 85 overall. He'll be a good piece for the Sabres. Dylan Cousins, 84, medium elite. Medium elite, maybe even high elite, but I'd probably have him closer to 83 at the moment. Olofsson, 84. Okay, Okposo, 82. Yoki Haru. Owen Power, 82 out of the gate. Bit high. I like the high elite, so he'll grow. Probably have him closer to 80, not even 81. I'd probably have him closer to 80, like most 19-year-olds are in franchise mode. You got to kind of prove it a little bit at the very least before you get those overalls. Asplund 81, Lyubushkin 81, Middlestat 80, still at medium top 6. Yeah, I'm glad it's not elite or high top 6. I think medium top 6 is fair enough for the 80 overall. Was he the 7th, 6th, 8th overall pick in 2017? Hinostroza, Zemgus, Shahan, Samuelson, 77 overall. Got to add his extension. Samuelson. Why is it showing me Peyton Krebs when I'm on Samuelson? Thank you. Matthias Samuelson with a huge extension as a 77 overall. Yikes. So in franchise mode, he'd have negative trade value. So he should probably be closer to 80 than a 77. Peyton Krebs, I'd even have him at a 79, I think. So I think there's a bit of disrespect to the Buffalo Sabres and a bit of overhyping the guys at the top and undervaluing the guys at the bottom here. Goaltending, Craig Anderson, 82. Give the guy's 41. Make him 85. Why not? Yeah, 82 is good. Comrie, Subban, and of course Ben Bishop there, who could be dropped if you're doing a franchise mode. On to the Calgary Flames, we see Jonathan Huberdeau, 92 overall, medium elite. I love to see that. He has a nice extension. I'd probably put, it doesn't matter if it's medium or high. I'd be close to putting him franchise even. Jonathan Huberdeau is that good. 95 passing, I'd even put it to 97. Come on. I'm very happy to see him at a 92, though. If it was a 90, I would have said, come on now. But 92 is fair enough. Maybe the potential could be a bit higher, because I think that's how good he is. Elias Lindholm is a guy who needs higher potential. Give him the elite potential. My goodness, 42 goals and point per game last season. 89 overall, that's nice, but I'd give him elite. Nazem Kadri, this is where it's a bit more, reality is being tempered a little bit. Instead of bumping him to medium elite, high elite after one crazy good season, high top 6 after one good season. Okay, from medium to high, and if he keeps it up next season, he can be elite. I like that. But I'm glad that he's still an 88 and not like a 90 after one really good season. And I say one really good season. It was just one that really stood out from all the other ones, 87 and 71. Uyghur, 86, medium elite. I like that. Hanif, 85. Manjapane, some nice respect to him. I'd probably put him as more of a sniper than a two-way. I don't watch a ton of Calgary games. But Manjapane, 35 goals, 85 overall. I like it. Toffoli, also an 85. Rasmus Anderson, 85. Some nice respect on his name. Tanev, 84. Backlund, 83. Shillington, Coleman. I'm pretty content with most of these overalls. Lucic, shout out to him. I'm pretty content with those overalls in Calgary. Goaltending, Markstrom at a 90 with medium elite. If I'm not sure what Vasilevsky is. Is he a 94? Is Igor a 91, 92? Markstrom was second runner-up in the Vezina. I wouldn't have been opposed to 91, but 90's all right. I'll take it. And the medium elite potential is nice. Carolina Hurricanes, we see Sebastian Aho, 89 overall, medium elite. If he goes over point per game, just slightly, but over point per game consistently, I'd probably put him into the 90 overall category. I'd give him a 90 instead of an 89. He's been 89 for a couple of years now, I think. Sveshnikov, 88, 30-goal season from him. I like the shooting accuracies and attributes there. 88 is fair enough. Slavin, 87. He is one of the premier defensemen in the NHL. 90 overall, 90 attributes all around. It's just the puck skills and the shooting that holds him back a little bit. So 87 makes sense for that reason. But obviously, we know that he is one of the best premier defensemen in the league. Teravainen at an 87 is fair enough with me. Pacioretty, 87. Burns, 86. Okay. Pesci, 86. Necas, that's a bit high. Martin Necas at an 85, coming off 40 points in 78 games. I know he had a good start to the season with the Hurricanes so far, but you got to be consistent. Our bad season's going to hit you hard. If Skinner can score 30 goals and go from 79 to 85, Necas scoring 40 points in 78 games should bump him from 85 to maybe 83. I could see Necas being an 83. He'll grow fine all the same, but 85, it's a bit too high for me right now. I list it as a second-line forward probably. Yeah. Brady Shea, I'd move him. He's had elite potential for years now. I'd move him to top 4. He's a solid top 4 guy, but he's not going to be elite. He's 83. He might get to 84, 85, but I don't see him getting to 88. That's not going to happen. So I'd probably put him medium or high top 4. Ethan Bear, a big Ethan Bear fan, but 83 also seems a bit high for him. I'd probably start him closer to 81, 82. Kotkaniemi, 83. Don't mean to sound like a hater as a Habs fan or anything, but also a bit high there as well. 12 goals, 29 points. Yeah, I know he's going to do better this season, absolutely. 83 is alright. If he was an 85, that wouldn't make sense. But this is where Martin Necas should be. I could see the 82, 83 range for both Kotkaniemi and Necas. But, not a huge issue there. Stashny, 82. Gardner, 82 on the LTIR. Yeah, I guess, but he's probably I'd probably have him closer to 81, 80. Stahl, Jarvis. Yeah, why is Jarvis an 82 but Necas an 85? After he had 17 goals, 23 assists in 68 games. Similar numbers, less games, rookie season, 3 less overall. Kasha, Fast, Coughlin, Martinook, Drury, all right there. Goaltending, we have Freddie Anderson at an 89. I like that overall for him. Backed up by Antti Ranta at an 84. Alrighty. Moving on to the Chicago Blackhawks. Unfortunately, a bit of a poverty team this season. Patrick Kane at a 93 still makes sense for me with the franchise potential. I like it. Seth Jones, I believe that's down to an 86. He was either 87 or 88 last year. Maybe even more. Maybe 89? but 86 is definitely lower, I believe, than last season, which makes sense. I'm okay with the medium elite at an 86. Jonathan Toews, 84 at the age of 34. That's fair enough as well. If he was an 86, 87 because of the two-way stats, I wouldn't have blinked twice. But obviously they're downgrading the physical, the shooting, and that's fair enough with me. 12 goals, 25 assists last season. Max Domi, 83. McCabe, 82. Tyler Johnson with low elite potential feels weird. 7 points in 26 games, last year. 22 and 55 the year before. Not sure why he's low elite and other people are top 6 that we've seen previously. Athanasiou, 81. Murphy, Jones, Radish, Johnson. I'm okay with these overalls. Yeah, no big complaints on the overalls there. Just a bit of potentials down the line. Goaltending, we see Peter Mrazek at an 81. It's fair enough. It's fair enough. But why is he an 81 but Vemelka an 83, you know? So it's more because he probably had less NHL service time last season and Stalock backing him up. No big issues here in Chicago, just maybe Jonathan Toews a little bit, and definitely Tyler Johnson. The reigning Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche sees it have now 2 franchise players, McKinnon and Makar. Both 94 overall, and I have to put McKinnon's extension into the game. 94 franchise potential, no complaints there from me. I like it a lot. Maybe the passing goes up. No, 94. If Huberdeau's 95, McKinnon should be 94. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm going to try to nitpick. I shouldn't. Cale Makar, 94, medium franchise there as well. I'm not sure what his potential was last season, if it was a jump from medium elite to medium franchise. Maybe high elite would have been better for after, but, Norris Trophy, Conn Smythe, Stanley Cup. I can't really debate it too much there. Maybe next season, if he has just a really good season as opposed to a historic season, it goes back to high elite, but I think medium franchise is fine for Cale Makar. Maybe the defensive attributes are a tad too high, but the puck skills and all that other stuff make perfect sense. Mikko Rantanen, 91 overall at 25 years of age. I like to see that. I think those are fair overalls and potentials. Landeskog, 89. Devon Toews, nice respect for him at an 88 overall. Very good. Nichushkin as well, an 86. After such a good season, 25 goals, already 3 goals his first 2 games this season. I like it for Nichushkin, maybe closer to an 85, but 86 doesn't make me too upset, especially with the extension that he got, 8 by 6.125. Samuel Girard, this is one that's a bit high in my opinion. I'm a big fan of Samuel Girard. I like what he does. He actually does quite a bit aside from just the points, 92 passing and 92 offensive awareness. He blocks enough shots. 85 shot blocking there. I'd probably even give him higher shot blocking. Last season, he blocked 90 shots. In how many games did he play? 67 games, so more than a block per game. Yeah, for an offensive defenseman, a guy like that, I'll take it with his 5x5 contract. I'd probably have him closer to an 85. I feel like 86 is kind of like a new echelon. Like if Slavin's an 87, is Girard an 86? I'm not sure. He's solid enough defensively, but I lean 85. Byram, 85, medium elite. Yeah, that's all right with me. He was a guy who, maybe because he was out a bit due to injury, would be closer to 84. But in those 30 games that he did play, he showed great brilliance. He was big in the Stanley Cup run as well. I think if there's anyone who you can overreact a little bit to, it's Bowen Byram, because I think he was exceptional in the smaller sample size. But if he was 84, I wouldn't have been upset. Eric Johnson, it's a bit high. It's a bit high at an 84 for Eric Johnson. I'd probably have him at 83. But again, I'm making all these nitpicky comments about one overall at a time. Josh Manson, I'd probably swap Manson and Johnson. But it's because of the attributes. That's why. It's just because of the attributes. Low puck skills for Josh Manson especially. Lehkonen at an 82. This guy should be higher now. Medium top 9, 5-year contract at 4.5 per year. Playing top line, playing all kinds of minutes right now. Good season last year. Was a big part of their Stanley Cup run. 9 points in 16 games with the Avalanche. 14 in 20 games in the postseason. At the very least, make it high top 9 or medium top 6 or, 83, 84. How come Nichushkin gets bumped to 86 and Lehkonen's an 82? So I think this is one of the bigger misses so far for all of the overalls that I've seen. Lehkonen at an 82. It's the same as JT Comfort. It's the same as Alex Newhook. Are all 3 of these guys the same overall? I'd say that there's probably a little bit more of differences between those. Andrew Cogliano, I wonder what his speed is. Still 4 stars. I love it. Love Andrew Cogliano, 80 overall. Hunt, O'Connor, Helm, those are okay. And goaltending, I'm curious here in goaltending. Georgiev and Francouz, both 84 overall. I'd probably have Georgiev. I think he was, what, an 81, 82 last year? Maybe getting the larger share of the starts on a Stanley Cup caliber team bumps the overall. I probably would have gone, 80, maybe 83, 82 from Francouz and Georgiev, or even 84, 83, but both of them are 84 to start NHL 23. A lot to say about the Avalanche, but moving along now a bit more quickly through the Columbus Blue Jackets. Johnny Gaudreau, 90 overall, coming off of 40 goals and 75 assists, 115 points. The man has 94 passing as opposed to, same as, it's lower than Jonathan Huberdeau. I'd put both of them into the 96 range probably. 90 overall, medium elite. I'd probably put him into the 91, 92 category. It's a bit low for me. Werenski at an 87. It's okay. I'd probably get closer to 88. Line A, 87. Yeah, I think this season's going to be a good year for him. By NHL 24, I would think he's into the closer to 89 range. Voracek, 85. Nyquist, 84. This one doesn't make a ton of sense for me. 53 points last season, which was great. He was able to play a full, healthy 82-game season. Maybe I'm thinking too much of my franchise mode mind. 83, 84 is fair, so 84 is just on the higher side, but it's okay. I'll accept it. Jack Roslovic, 83 with medium top 6. I hope that he continues to get some of the respect on his name. He's been doing well in Columbus. Gavrikov, Boquist, 83. I like that. Boone Jenner should probably be higher than 83, centering the top line. 23 goals and 21 assists. The guy scored 44 in 59, and he's still an 83 overall. There should be some higher shooting categories there. There should be a bit of some higher, probably some higher offensive awareness, maybe higher poise. He could be into the 84, 85 category. I think some of the bigger misses now, Jenner and Lehkonen, two of the bigger misses. Bean, Texier. Well, Texier's not really playing this season. Peak, I like him at an 81. I like that. Sillinger, 81. Good. Branson, 80. Corrali, Robinson. That's all right down the list there. And goaltending, Elvis is an 85. I like that for Elvis. 85. Backed up by 81, Jonas Korpisalo. A few changes I'd say there on Columbus, but moving on now to the Dallas Stars. Miro Heiskanen at an 88. I think that's fair enough because his defense will grow over time. It's stuff like hand-eye and fighting skill, and it's probably I could see the body checking and aggressiveness should be bumped up a little bit to get him to the 89 range. His scoring, maybe the scoring's even too high, but he's 52 hits, 92 blocks in 70 games, 91 blocking, 84. Yeah, I guess it's fair enough. He doesn't hit as much as I thought he did. It's okay for Heiskanen. Robertson will have to add the extension to him, but I like 88 overall 5-star shooting after his 41-goal season. Pavelski, 87. Yeah, I like 87 for Pavelski. Hintz, 86 with a medium elite potential coming off of a great season. Tyler Seguin down to an 86. I'm not sure if he was 86 last season, but I'm glad he's not moving much higher than that. He would have to prove himself a bit more to get back to really the elite category. Essa Lindell, 85. I like that. Suter, Ben at an 85. Good. If Seguin and Ben were both 85, 86, it would be a bit too much. But Seguin, 86, a bit on the higher side. Ben at an 84 on the lower side, and I'm all right with that. Guryanov, 83. 31 points in 73 games. Is he still a medium elite guy? It's to be seen, but 83 isn't the worst overall. Now, Mason Marchment, with bottom 6 potential, after scoring 47 points in 54 games last season, had 2 goals in the season opener with Dallas, and he has bottom 6 potential. That's definitely one that I'm going to change. Lehkonen, Jenner, and Marchment, all with wrong overalls or potentials, in my opinion. Medium bottom 6 is probably the wackiest one of them all. If it was bottom 9, I'd still be talking about it probably, but come on. Top 9, I mean. Medium bottom 6, that one's crazy. Colin Miller, Faxa, Glenn Denning, Hakanpa, Harley. Yeah, that's all right. Thomas Harley still with a medium top 4 potential. Yeah, that's okay with me. Goaltending, Jake Ottinger is an 86. All right, that's fair. And Wedgwood an 82, really? Okay, Scott Wedgwood. Shout out to you, buddy. Moving on now to the Detroit Red Wings, who had a big offseason. Dylan Larkin at an 89, I like it. Moritz Seider at an 87, I like that too. I could even see 88, but 87 is fine with me because we know that it will grow. Like I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of volatile overall changes. Could Seider be arguing? If he was an 88, would I be arguing? No. But I don't mind 87 either because it's showing that it's a gradual thing, not one season and now you're amazing, or one season and now you're horrible forever. So 87 for Seider is fair enough for me, and that will grow very much in franchise mode. Bertuzzi, 86, has 62 points in 68 games last season. I'd be close to saying high top 6. But you have other guys who are like 82, 83 overall, and they're elite potential. Not their role, but their potential, you know? Bertuzzi 86 is fine, though, for overall because he's lacking in some other categories. But the scoring, he should have like 4.5 star shooting. Yeah, 4-star shooting, 89 offensive awareness. Yep. David Perron, 86 overall as well, excuse me. Fair enough for him. He had a solid season, putting up 57 points in 67 games. Verana at an 85. I really want to see a healthy season from him. 13 goals in 26 games last season. He should be fine, so 85 is okay with me for now. Kopp 85, he was great last year. I'd like that pickup for the Wings. 85 is good. Heronic 85, there's some respect on his name. I'd probably be closer to 84 right now. It's high. Like Heronic is the same as Lindell. Like, I don't know. It's a bit on the higher side, but I don't really disagree with it. Fabry 84, got to give him a healthy season. I'd probably have him closer to 83, and Raymond is okay at an 84 for me, putting up 57 points in his rookie season. I like it. Kubalik 82, Zadina 82. He's got to prove himself. Pius Suter, Ben Sherratt. Yeah, these are all okay with me down the list there. And Michael Rasmussen, still medium top 6, eh? Fair enough. 9th overall pick, 79 overall. Maybe low top 6 would be a better idea. But Adam Ernie, still low top 6 every year. He was medium elite for years. Now he's top 6. The guy's 27. Just admit that he's top 9. Why is EA keeping medium elite and low top 6 on Adam Ernie the last, 7 years? It has never changed. I look forward to the day that he'll be medium top 9. He's a good player, but he's not. I don't see him as low top 6. Goaltenders in Detroit, Nedeljkovic and Husso, both 85 overalls. Nice boost for Husso after a big year in St. Louis. Nedeljkovic also an 85. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree, but you're going to tell me that Georgiev and Francouz are 84, 84, and Nedeljkovic, Husso are 85, 85? Jury's still out. Moving on now to the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, Connor McDavid, 95 overall medium franchise. Why can't he be high franchise? I don't know, but if there's something in the overalls that I don't know about. He gets 98 passing. So you see a guy like McDavid, 79 assists, like assist per game, 98 assists, 98 passing, excuse me. Johnny Gaudreau, a little less than assist per game, 70-some assists, 115 points. He's at 94 passing, so that's where it's a bit odd in my mind. But definitely the high offensive awareness. Lower on the faceoffs makes sense. Shot blocking, yeah. Defensive awareness, it's coming along. Skating, of course. Shooting, yeah. So, of course, 95 makes sense for McDavid. Leon Draisaitl, he should absolutely be franchised. He's a top 5, if not top 3 player in the NHL. He should be franchised, but I'm glad to see 93 overall. Very good attributes there. Darnell Nurse, 86 with medium top 4. I think that's fair enough for Darnell Nurse. Maybe even put his shot blocking and his body checking at 90 is all right. I wouldn't mind 90 shot blocking, but 86 is okay. Evander Kane, 85. Yeah, that's good. Nugent Hopkins, 85. Clefbaum at an 85. It doesn't make sense that Seabrook and Furland and Little and Price are all 70 overalls, but they still have Clefbaum in the game as an 85. I love Oscar Clefbaum. I wish him all the best, but right now I would not have him at 85. Zach Hyman, 84 with the top 9 potential. I'd give him the top 6. I'm not sure why that's been dropped, and I'm not sure if it was last year also top 9. I think it was, but I think it should be top 6. I'd put the skating a bit higher as well for Zach Hyman. Barry, 84 overall with medium elite. I'd probably put the top 4 at this point, kind of like a Brady Shea type of thing. But Barry is good offensive attributes. I'm glad the defense is the 3.5, more realistic. All right. Yamamoto, 83, that's all right. Puljujarvi, 83, medium elite. I believe in that. Some people might not believe in this, but I believe in this. I think Puljujarvi could be an elite player. I just think that he needs to get on a different team. I believe in this potential. Puljujarvi, go buddy. Ryan Murray, 82. Bouchard, 82. I could even see Bouchard at an 83. Evan Bouchard, very good. CC 82, Fogel, Janmark, Kulak. Love some Brett Kulak. I'd put Kulak at an 81. I love Brett Kulak. He is very underrated. I love watching him on the Canadiens and in the playoffs with the Oilers. He was good. He was very good. Goaltending, Jack Campbell is an 86. All right, that's good. I don't mind that for Jack Campbell. 86 overall, 79 for Stuart Skinner, and of course Mike Smith there as a 70. Moving to the Florida Panthers now. Alex Barkov, 92. I I wouldn't argue against franchise potential for Alexander Barkov. Matthew Tkachuk at a 90 makes sense for me as well. I don't mind that. He had a really great year. I'd probably put the passing and the shooting even a tad higher. I like that for Matthew Tkachuk, though. As a power forward, he'll sim great in franchise mode, I think. Aaron Ekblad coming off like a career year. Cut short due to injury, unfortunately. 89 is fine with me. Sam Reinhart, 86. Yeah, no problem with me. Another great year from him. Anthony Duclair, 85. Yeah, 31 goals last season. Sniper, 4-star shooting. All right. Carter Verhaeghe, I could see him. High top 9, low top 6. I could see that. Sam Bennett, Brendan Montour, Anton Lundell, yeah, good respect for an 83 overall there. Hornquist down to an 82 is fair enough. Forsling, White, Cousins, Balsers, Gudas, Radko, Mark Stahl. Yeah, no big issues for the Panthers for me. And goaltending, Bobrovsky at an 88 and Knight at an 84. I'd probably, Bobrovsky 88, 87, all right, but Knight I'd probably have him up to 85 around there because, you have Igor Shesterkin. Last year in NHL 22, after he had played 12 games, he was already an 86. Spencer Knight has played 36 games in the NHL, 23, 9, and 5. Great winning percentage record there, and he's an 84? I'd probably have him an 85. I'd give it to him. Moving to the Los Angeles Kings now. Anze Kopitar. See, Kopitar gets low franchise. Doughty gets low franchise. Where's Leon Draisaitl and Alex Barkov? But Kopitar in 89 is all right. He had a good season, yeah. He just needs some more support with him, and hopefully Kevin Fiala is that guy. Doughty's season cut short due to injury, but he was really good. In past NHLs, he's been very overrated, but I think an 89 is good after the season he had last season, and hopefully he'll continue to build on it. Kevin Fiala, 86. Now he's no longer on LA, but I'd give him an 87. If Tage Thompson with 38 goals and way less assists is also an 86, Fiala with 33 and 52 should be, I'd put him into the 87 category. Philippe Dano, one of my favorite players in the NHL, definitely top 6. I'm not just talking because I'm a fan. This guy is a Selke candidate or receiving top 5 Selke votes every year. And 85 overall should probably not have top 9 potential, especially when he's playing top 6 every night. It's not like he's a high overall on the third line. No, he's playing top 6. So Dano, 85 overall is okay with me, but I'd give him medium top 6. Kempe, see, he gets medium top 6. Come on. Yafalo, 84. Yeah, good years from Yafalo, especially from Kempe, 35 goals. Yafalo was okay. I'd probably have him closer to 83. Kempe, 85 is not horrible. Arvidsson, he's a very good sniper, just not a great season last year in terms of what he's done in the past. He's been able to put up 30 goals in the past. Last couple of years haven't been fantastic, but 83, 84, okay with me for Arvidsson. I think he'll do well this season. Mikey Anderson at an 83 is a bit of an odd one for me. I know he's not making his presence known on the score sheet as much, but probably closer to 82 for me for Mikey Anderson. Sean Walker, Trevor Moore, Alex Edler still up here at 36 years of age. Durzi's playing. Actually, Durzi had a really good season last year. How come Durzi's an 81 and Mikey Anderson's an 83? That's what I'm wondering. Kaliev should have a good year. Byfield, 80 overall, medium elite. I like that. Velarde still with medium top 6. A lot of good pieces right now for the Kings. Guys who are 20, but between 20 and 24 with medium top 6, medium top 9, medium elite potential. It's an interesting spot for a lot of these players who should have. A lot of these overalls should not be the same by the end of the year. From Kaliev down to Bjornfot, a lot of those should change over this season. Goaltending, Jonathan Quick is an 83. So Cal Peterson, now the higher rated goalie at an 84. I don't know if I'd put Cal Peterson at an 84. I'm not sure about that. I'd probably have both at an 83. I think so. I think I'd probably have both at an 83. How come Jonathan Quick and Vejmelka are the same overall? If anything, I'd probably inverse those overalls maybe. But I digress. On to the Minnesota Wild now. Kirill Kaprizov, 91 overall, medium elite. As a guy who's 25 with still potential to grow, I'd probably give him the high elite. 47 goals, 5-star shooting, 96 offensive awareness. Puck skills are all at 94 right there. Great skating. It's just the physical and the defense, so I don't mind him being 91 for those reasons. All the attributes are high enough. It's not like, oh, his shooting's not high enough, that's what's holding him back. No, it's the physical and the defense. That's fair enough. 91 overall makes sense. Matt Zuccarello, big season last year. I like that he has 90 passing with the 55 assists that he put up. Spurgeon, 86. A lot of the time, I find Minnesota defense is a bit overrated. I'd probably put Dumba at an 84 with a medium top 4. as opposed to, you have Spurgeon, Brodin, Dumba, 86, 86, 85. I feel like it's a bit high. I'm not a Wild fan, so maybe, you know, Minnesota Wild fans, you can educate me a bit more in the comments. But I don't feel like Spurgeon, Brodin, and Dumba should be 86, 86, 85. And of those three defensemen, why is Dumba the medium elite guy and the other are top 4D? There's my question. But I don't really mind Spurgeon and Brodin so much as I do Dumba, I do have to say. Eriksson Ek, 85 overall, very good season last year. I like that he has the 4-star shooting. Defensive attributes are fair enough. I'd probably give him a little bump in the puck skills. But an 85 overall is nothing to sneeze at for him. Matthew Boldy, 84 overall, high top 6, coming off of 15 goals and 24 assists last season, 39 points in 47 games. I like that for him. Listed as a power forward as well with 4.5-star physical. Again, I'm not watching Minnesota games, but is this guy that physical that after his rookie season he already has 4.5-star physical? Let me know, Minnesota fans. Marcus Foligno, Ryan Hartman, two guys who had big seasons last year, are still stuck at an 83. That's odd for me. That Ryan Hartman scores 34 goals, 31 assists, and Tage Thompson's an 86, but Hartman is an 83 with medium top 9 potential. I know it was probably not a fluke, but it's probably a season that won't happen again. Probably still a good season, but probably not the same extent for Ryan Hartman. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be, but regardless, you got to be consistent in who's getting the boosts and who's getting the downgrade. So Ryan Hartman, I would put him probably 84, 85 would be fair enough for him. I wouldn't, 86 would be too high, I think, but 84, I would have liked that for Hartman. Goligoski, he's still out here at 37 years of age, 82 overall. Frederic Goudreau. Jordan Greenway, medium top 6 for him. Tyson Jost at an 80 overall. I'd probably bump Jost a little bit. What did he did all right with Minnesota. Yeah, 6 point, trying to reach maybe a little bit. Sam Steele, I like this signing for the Wild a lot. Sam Steele with the medium top 6 potential still there. Duhaime, Patan, Marco Rossi, 76 medium elite. He's playing full-time NHL this season, so I probably would have liked to see him at 78, 79. That'll be a little change that I make to the rosters when I put mine out. Goaltending, we have Marc-Andre Fleury at an 87. I like it. And Philip Gustafson at a 79. On to Les Canadiens de Montréal. I would have probably a bit more to say about the Canadiens. Nick Suzuki at an 86, medium elite. I like it. Maybe even 87, but that's because I watch a lot of Canadiens and I'm a Canadiens fan. 86 is not something that I am too upset with. Cole Caulfield, now what are his shooting attributes? I like that he has the gold zone ability of Schneip. He has 4-star shooting. That's all right. Of course, the physical and defense is going to hold him back, no question. But I would probably put the hand-eye into, Deking 93 is nice. I'd put the hand-eye into the 90s. I'd put the shooting accuracies up to 90 probably, a little bit. Caulfield is a phenom when it comes to sniping the puck. But it makes sense that his overall is lower due to everything else. The rest of these overalls probably make sense. Dvorak, Dadonov, Matheson, Jonathan Drouin, 83 overall. At a medium elite, the guy was a healthy scratch. I thought last year they had put him to medium top 6, or am I forgetting again? Maybe he was a medium elite, but that's something definitely I would change. Like low top 6, medium top 6 for Jonathan Drouin. It's unfortunate, but he does not have that medium elite potential. Enough. That point final. Nothing else to say there. Brendan Gallagher, 83. He didn't score 7 goals last season. It makes sense. He's had 30-goal seasons before. It's fair enough. I'd probably be more content with an 84, but 83 is all right. I think he's going to have a better season this year. Edmondson, I'd like to see him at an 83 as well. The defensive attributes should be a bit higher because that's what he is. He is Mr. Defensive Defenseman. 75 deking. Like if you're in the NHL, like your puck control and your deking should all probably be at least, 78, 79. But 75 makes him like on par with players who are like in the juniors at 17 years of age who are just learning how to handle a puck. I don't know. I digress a bit. Kirby Dach, 82 overall, high top 6. I don't mind that. Medium elite, I think, would have been a bit too much for him at this time. Maybe in the future go to medium elite, but he has to prove that potential a little bit. Mike Hoffman, low elite. I don't know why that's there. It doesn't make sense. Medium top 6 for sure. David Savard, 82 is fine. Josh Anderson, he's probably a guy who I'd have at 83. The physical, the shooting, that should put him up there enough. He has great, put that shoulder down, drive the net. I'd give him higher speed. Josh Anderson into an 83 is probably something I would do. Sean Monahan and an 82. I forget that Sean Monahan is only 27. He's an 82 overall. He should grow over this season. Coming off of all those surgeries, it makes sense that he's an 82. Pitlick, 81. Hey, Pitlick gets an 81. But medium top 6 potential, that's too high for Rem Pitlick. I like Rem Pitlick a lot, but overall's okay. But no, medium top 6, no. Chris Weidman, he was a 79, I think, last year. 81 after, scoring 27 points in 67 games. He had an interesting season. I don't mind that, 81. Jake Evans, 81. I like that. He was a 77 last season, so 81. I like this. This is probably one of the things that I like the most about the Canadians for EA making upgrades. Jake Evans at an 81. Armia 79. It's unfortunate, but it does make sense. I wouldn't have minded an 80. Byron 78. How's the speed? Should be in the 90s. The guy is so fast. I'm not just saying because I'm a Canadians fan. This is something that the NHL knows this. Paul Byron is fast. If Andrew Cogliano can still have 90 speed, then so can Paul Byron. Michael Pezzetta, 76. Love it. Barron with a top 4 potential. And Jordan Harris, the guy's playing the NHL. I know that he shouldn't be an 80, but come on, give him like 77. The guy's playing the NHL right now. Jordan Harris, even Justin Barron. The guys are both playing a lot of NHL minutes this year. They should be into the higher 70s. Goaltending, Josh Allen. Jake Allen is an 83 overall, and Samuel Montembeault backs him up at a 79. I think that's pretty fair enough. Jake Allen, I think he's better than Vejmelka, though, so I'm still going to keep harping on Vejmelka being an 83. And of course, Carey Price at a 70. Because the game thinks basically that means the game thinks that he's not coming back. Nashville Predators, Roman Josi at a 93 overall. Oh my goodness. Makes sense, but wow, I like seeing these higher overalls. Credit where credit is due. Roman Josi. Philip Forsberg, 89 overall after a 42-goal season, 5-star shooting. Still listed as a two-way forward. Can we make this guy a sniper? Am I wrong? That's what I would say. Duchesne, 87, makes sense after such a good season. 43 and 43, I like that for Duchesne. Ekholm, 86. Ryan Johansson, 85 overall, medium elite. Good season, 85, yeah, but medium elite, I don't know about that. Michael Granlund, 85, low elite. McDonough, 85. Niederreiter, 83. He's been an 83 forever. I don't mind that for him. Dante Fabro, 83. Tomasino, 81 with a medium elite potential. Not a Predators fan. Don't know a ton about Philip Tomasino. Is he medium elite? Time will tell. Yeah, Yakov Trenin, 81 as well. Alexandre Carrier. I think he's going to be a big piece of the Predators' blue line moving forward. Maybe not this year yet because you still got McDonough, Fabro, everybody. But Nashville known for their defensemen and good defensive development. I think Alexandre Carrier is going to enjoy that very much. Eli Tolvanen, franchise mode legend, 81 overall, still with medium elite potential. Love to see it. His overall is growing nicely. Jeannot, he had a really good season. 24 goals, 130 penalty minutes, 4.5-star physical. I like it. Grinder, I'd probably put him at power forward. He scores, he hits. I like it. Sissons, Glass, low elite for Cody Glass. Okay, that's fair enough. Sanford, Lauzon, Michael McCarron, legend. Goaltenders, we see Saros at an 89. Wow. 89 overall for Saros. Same as Freddie Anderson. I'd be probably a bit more comfortable with 88, but 89 is not crazy. And Lankinen at an 81. Let's start flying through these a bit more. New Jersey Devils, Dougie Hamilton at an 88, medium elite. I don't mind that. Jack Hughes, 87. He's going to go off this season, but 56 and 49 last year. I wouldn't have mind seeing him at an 88. Physical at 2.5 stars. You can give him, come on, he's probably stronger than an 81. Even though the body checking is low. Nico Hischier at an 86. Jesper Bratt at an 86. Big season from him as well last year. So a lot of good mid to high 88 players here in New Jersey. That gives you your first line right there, or a solid top 6. Palat at an 84. I'd probably see him closer to an 85. Severson's good, playing with, give him Dougie Hamilton, Ryan Graves. Solid team in New Jersey. I like these overalls for the Devils. Ryan Graves, defensive defenseman, should definitely have higher shot blocking. 83 overall. Sharangovich, 83. Good season from him. Dawson Mercer, I like that. Andreas Janssen, this guy just got put on waivers. You're going to tell me 82 overall, medium top 6, but Nick Foligno is a 79? At least you got Foligno right. But Andreas Janssen, 82, medium top 6? Sorry, no. Eric Halla, 82. John Marino, 82. Yeah, another big acquisition for the Devils this offseason. Miles Wood, Thomas Tatar could see him at an 82 and 781. Michael McLeod, Jesper Boqvist. Siegenthaler, Siegenthaler should probably be into the 80s here. Very good defensive defenseman. Probably a bit on the Jacob Slavin type of road there, where even though you're a great defenseman, doesn't really show up in the EA attributes as much. Goaltenders in New Jersey, I'm curious for these guys. Mackenzie Blackwood, 85, and so is Vitek Vanacek. Then, of course, you have Jonathan Bernier at an 82. So 85, 85, 82. Huh, interesting. I'm gonna save my comments for this. I'm not going to say anything about it. I don't necessarily disagree. Blackwood, it's more the injury problems there. Vanacek's been good. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Not horrible for the Devils. I like it. 85, 85, 82. New York Islanders, Matty Barzal just signed his extension. He's an 88 overall. Adam Pelech, 87. Some nice respect for a very good defenseman, similar to Slavin. Pulock also at an 87. I like that. Dobson, 85. It's a strong team defensively. It's the scoring where they struggle. Anders Lee at an 84. Brock Nelson, it's 37 goals. I'd probably give him 4.5 star shooting. 85 overall. Come on. Scores as much as Tage Thompson. I would give Brock Nelson an 85. Look at that coy smile on his face. That bashful smile. Look at that. You can't say no to him. Romanov, 83. Big Romanov fan. I think it's okay. 82, 83 would have been fine. Bailey, 83. Pajot, 82. Beauvillier, 82. I'd probably put Beauvillier maybe even... No, 82 is alright, but I can see him growing up this season for sure. Wallstrom, 81. Palmieri, 81. Mayfield, 81. He's a guy I could see a bit more. Parise, Cizikas, Clutterbuck, Aho, Bellows, Martin, Ross, Johnston. Goaltending here. How's the duo here? So Sorokin, wow, an 88 overall. That's all right, but it's Varlamov at an 86. That also surprises me. I'd probably see Varlamov down closer to like the Hurricanes, Anderson, and Ranta, where it's 89, 84. This is 88, 86 over here. Interesting duo here in New York, and thankfully, with Sorokin being the higher overall, he won't get traded in every franchise mode now. But yeah, I like these overalls for the Islanders. I'd probably bump them up a little bit. I think they're a better simulation team than a real-life team, because Nelson should be up a little bit. But the defense is great, and hopefully the scoring can come through for them. New York Rangers, Artemi Panarin, 92 overall. I like it. I'd probably even put, he has 95 passing. Why is his passing more than Gaudreau and Huberdeau? Not sure. 5-star shooting for a guy who scored 22 goals, also questionable. It's the physical that even holds him back a bit. So 92 overall, very high for Panarin. Adam Fox at a 90. Makar 94 and medium franchise. Fox 90, medium elite. I don't mind the potential of medium elite, but I'd probably put Fox into the 91, 92 category simply because of the other non-defensive attributes. But he still definitely does do his fair share on defense. Maybe the shooting could go up a little bit. I don't know, but 90 is not going to make me cry. 90 is all right. Just that I find 4 overall difference a bit odd between two very similar defensemen in play style and in production, even though, of course, Makar putting up more and doing more last season, but I digress. Mika Zibanejad, 88 overall, as a sniper with a 4-star shooting. I could see him go up a little bit. Zibanejad is a premier centerman, I believe. He's a point-per-game kind of guy on a first-line centerman on a very good team. I think 88, 89 is all right. 88, not horrible. Chris Kreider gets a little boost for scoring 52 goals last season. Only 4.5-star shooting, but that's fair enough. I definitely saw it as a bit more of a fluke-type season. Sorry, Rangers fans. I don't think Kreider's going to score 52 again. His previous career high was what? Was he even never even in the 30s before. So I don't quite think he'll get back to the 50s this season. But 87 overall is all right. The new captain, Jacob Trouba, 85. Trocheck, 85. Alexis Lafreniere, high elite. 83 overall. I don't know. It's high potential, definitely. I don't necessarily mind it, but it's a lot to live up to. We'll have to keep a note on that. Miller, 83. Barclay Goodrow, he does 13 goals, 20 assists in 79 games. He gets medium top 6, 82. Mason Marchment does way more. He gets the same. So, very odd. Ryan Lindgren, I like him a lot. I like that 82. I enjoy him a lot. Heidel, Kako, 81. Still medium elite. Big prove-it type of season for Capo Kako. Braden Schneider, 80. Kravtsov, 79. Reeves, high. I probably put Hayek higher. 77 at 24 years of age. Come on, why are you showing me Carpenter? Come on. Hayek, 17 games last season, I understand, but 44 the year before. He's going to be playing full-time this season, I think. I'd put him into the 79 overall conversation. Igor Shesterkin is at 92. Yes, 92 overall, medium franchise for him. Backed up by everyone's favorite backup, Yaroslav Halak at an 81. I like that for the Rangers. Ottawa Senators, a lot of changes to them this offseason. Alex DeBrincat, 89 overall, medium elite, 5-star shooting. I like it. Claude Giroux, 87. Shabbat, 87. Batherson, 86. See, now this is where things get interesting. Or not interesting, but just I question a little bit. Batherson, 86. Norris, 85. I would argue Norris had the better season. 35 goals and 55 points in, 66 games I think I saw. Batherson, 17, 27, and 46. Batherson, jury's still out on what's going to happen with Hockey Canada and all of that. But as of right now, I'd probably put Norris into the 86 conversation and Batherson 85, 80. I don't mind Batherson at an 86. It's more Norris at an 85 that I mind. Stützle at an 85. He should have an explosive season this year. Tkachuk at an 86. I could see him into 87. 30 goals, 67 points. He hits all the categories. He probably should be in that 87, 88 even overall category, in my opinion. So Tkachuk is a bit low. Norris is a bit low. Formenton, maybe a bit high at 82. Mathieu Joseph, 82, I like it. Zub, Brandstrom, that's a bit high for Brandstrom. Playing, medium elite. Overall, maybe overall's not bad, but I don't think medium elite is quite there anymore. Maybe high top 4, medium top 4. You tell me, Senators fans, is there still hope for Brandstrom as a medium elite kind of guy? Zaitsev, Hamonic with low elite potential. What? Why? Do you have to do it to keep him from dropping too much? But I don't get it. Why is he low elite? Like, I know when you start the game, I guess it'll change, but I don't get it right now. I don't get it. Gambrel, Pinto, 78. All right. Watson, Kelly, and goaltending, we see Cam Talbot at an 84, backed up by Anton Forsberg at an 83. Moving on to the Philadelphia Flyers, probably the worst team in the NHL this season. I'm going to put my money on it. I apologize, Flyers fans. But Sean Couturier out for the year, possibly 88 overall. Not bad for him. If he was fully healthy, I'd probably give him the 5-star defense, though. The guy, Selke nominee every season or Selke votes every year. Ryan Ellis had an 86 after playing 4 games last season. Doesn't make a lot of sense, although he did have 5 points in those games. Sanheim, 85. He has that new extension that we'll plug in. Provorov, 85. D'Angelo, 85. The defense is too highly rated, in my opinion. Hayes, 84. Konechny, Atkinson, Farabee, all 84. JVR, 83. The guy... JVR. He still shoots the puck, but he doesn't do much else anymore. I don't know. I feel like a lot of these guys are a bit too highly rated. If you told me Hayes, Konechny, Atkinson, and Farabee were all 83 instead of all 84, I'd say that makes sense. Risto at an 82, medium elite. I'm glad he has 3.5-star defense, which is realistic, but it's just, I guess, the physical that carries him because he is a premier body checker. I'll give him that. But medium elite, no. Owen Tippett, 81. Cam York, 81. Yeah, those are fair enough. Justin Braun, 81. Morgan Frost, 79, probably, into the 80s soon enough. Yeah. And Bobby Brink. Oh, Bobby Brink's a 75? Didn't he play a good amount last season? 4 assists in 10 games? But he's going to play a lot this season. I'd probably put him into the 78 overall category there. Goaltenders, we have Carter Hart at an 85, medium elite. I'd probably put him maybe 84. If I keep the medium elite, I'd probably put him at 84, or I'd keep him 85 and put low elite, or I don't know, maybe even high starter. I don't know. I don't mean to disrespect Carter Hart, but he's been having a tough go on a bad team, though. Felix Sandstrom backs him up. On to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sidney Crosby, 93 overall, high franchise. Love to see it. Evgeny Malkin, 90 overall. I think he still deserves it. 40, point per game last season plus. Chris Letang, when healthy, so good. 88 overall is fine with me. Jake Gensel, 88 medium elite, 40 goal year last year. I like it. Brian Rust, now here's one that doesn't make sense. Medium top 9 potential. The guy's 86. The guy had, 58 points in 60 games last year? Come on now. Meanwhile, Rickard Rakell is a medium elite, which I find very odd with 41 points last season. So I'd give Rust medium top 6. I give them both medium top 6 probably. Petrie, 84, new Pittsburgh Penguin player there. Same for Ty Smith. 20 points, tough defensive go a little bit. I'd probably put him at 82. Dumoulin, 83. Marcus Pettersson, 82. Kasperi Kapanen, does he still have the speed? He still has the speed. 82. Jeff Carter, love it. Jason Zucker, makes sense at an 82 for him. Bluger, 81. Ruda Heinen, Paling, 79. Yeah, most of these make sense on the Penguins. I don't have a lot to say about the Penguins aside from the Rakell and Rust swap. Goaltenders, Tristan Jarry at an 87. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. And DeSmith at an 82. I like that. Casey DeSmith, I like him a lot. And Dustin Tokarski there as well. On to the San Jose Sharks now. Thomas Hertl, 87 overall, medium top 6. 30 goals, 64 points. I could see him closer to 88. Same for Timo Meier. I'm glad that he has high elite potential. He's amazing. He had, 76 points in 77 games? Yeah, I'd probably give him the boost over Hurdle. Erik Karlsson, 86 overall, still with the elite potential. He's good when healthy. 35 points in 50 games last year, not bad at all. Not what he was doing in Ottawa, but still good for Erik Karlsson. Logan Couture, 86 overall. I think that's also pretty fair. 56 points in 77 games. Wouldn't have minded 87, but 86 is fair enough. Alex Barabanov, 83 overall. Medium bottom 6 is a bit odd. 39 points, 83 overall. He's going to play as like a middle 6, top 6 guy. So bottom 6 a bit odd. Kevin Laban, 82, medium top 6. 6 points in 21 games last year. I don't see the medium top 6 potential. Oscar Lindblom, one of our channel favorites. He's here on San Jose as an 82. Mario Ferraro now, 81 overall, low top 4. I like the potential. I would probably even boost the overall a little bit. The underlying analytics are there. He's a very good defenseman. I would have liked 82 for Ferraro. Vlasic, 81, still with the elite potential. Kinizov, I think that's how you pronounce it. I have to check on that. Kinizov, 81 overall, undrafted defensive defenseman with medium top 4 potential. Nunavara, also 81. Kunin, 81. Bonino, 81. Yeah, Gregor, Nieto, Sturm, down Bordelot, Thomas Bordelot. I'd probably have him as closer to the 78, 79 category. Gadjevich as well. These guys are playing full minutes. Ryan Merkley, 73 overall, low elite. I think he's going to get a good chance in the Sharks this season. I'd probably give him 76, 77 right now as opposed to 73. And goaltending for the Sharks, we see Capo Kakinen at an 85. Really? Really? All right. 85 backed up by James Reimer at an 84. There's some respect for Optimus Rhyme. I'd probably go 84, 83 on Kakinen and Reimer, but they are 85, 84. On to the Seattle Kraken. Oliver Bjorkstrand, 85 overall. He was a great pickup for them. Very good value trade for the Kraken. 85 overall for the sniper, who usually simulates as a playmaker. Jared McCann, 84. Had a good season last year. I like it. Burakovsky, 84. I like that as well. James Schwartz, Jordan Eberle. A lot of these 83, 84 overall guys all the way down the list. It's a solid team. No big superstars, but solid enough through and through. Adam Larson looks like he's been through the ringer. Yanni Gourde, Wenberg, Dunn, Alexiak, Matty Beniers. I could see him being 82, 83 already. I think he is my Calder favorite. I like Matty Beniers very much. 9 points in 10 games last season, and 3 points in 2 games already this season. So Matty Beniers is going to be the star in Seattle, absolutely. Tanev, the physical stats bring him up. And that's about it for the Kraken. Goaltenders, we see Philip Grubauer at an 83. Definitely a big drop after last season. I think he was 85, 86 after being with Colorado. Now he's an 83, backed up by Chris Drieger at an 82. And Martin Jones at an 80 overall. I'd probably put Grubauer to medium starter 84. But I know that 83 makes sense after having not a great year on not a great team. Next, we see the St. Louis Blues of Vladimir Tarasenko, 88 overall in that expiring deal. I think 88 is fair for him. Very good year last year, 34 goals, 48 assists. I like that he has 91 passing. Some respect for the sniper. He had very good playmaking ability as well. 92 offensive awareness. Good stuff there from Vladimir Tarasenko. Ryan O'Reilly at an 88. 5-star defense. Very good. 90 passing. No big complaints for the Selke centerman. 95 discipline. Yeah, look at that. 12 minutes last season. Robert Thomas, big season last year. 77 points in 72 games. Got his big contract and now medium elite potential at 87 overall. I don't hate it. I think that he had a good enough season and has shown good enough potential to carry that forward that I don't hate it. I don't think medium top 6 would make sense for him. I do think that he's a medium elite kind of guy. I like it for Robert Thomas. Same for Jordan Kyrou, who actually gets high elite. I would have preferred medium elite here. Jordan Kyrou gets high elite after he had a very good season as well. So, yeah, I'd probably go medium elite on both of those guys. While Buchnevich is an 87, low-key just hiding in there. 87 overall, medium top 6. Had a very good and honestly quiet 76-point season. You don't hear a lot about Buchnevich, but he had a great year. Colton Parayko, 86 overall, medium elite. Maybe high top 4, but 86 is fair enough for me. Braden Shen, 86. Krug, 86. Maybe closer to 85. I don't know. Falk at an 85 medium elite. He does a lot. I like Justin Falk very much. I don't mind this for him. Barbashev, 84. He had a good season, but he doesn't get quite the Robert Thomas or Jordan Kyrou treatment. But 84 is a nice upgrade in overall for him. Nick Leddy, 83. Maybe closer to 82. Brandon Saad still with low elite potential. Don't think I agree with that one. Scandella, 84. Achari, Bortuzzo, Klim Kostin, who was traded. Prunovic as a 77. I'd probably give him a little bit of a boost there. Aside from that, I think I have agreement. Goaltending, Jordan Binnington at an 85. So that's why a lot of these goalies who are, 80, from between 84 and 86, I think there's a larger discrepancy. There's a bigger divide between Binnington and some of the other 85 overalls. I wouldn't have minded him being at an 86. Thomas Greiss backing him up at an 80. And low starter potential, I don't know. I'd probably give him, again, it doesn't matter much for the guys who are 29, but medium starter, meh. Tampa Bay, Victor Hedman, 93 overall, same overall as Roman Josi. Look at those attributes, just juicy stuff. Nikita Kucherov, 92. Why are Hedman and Kucherov elite and Draisaitl elite, but Stamkos, Kopitar, and Doughty are franchise? Don't know. But Kucherov, 92 overall, medium elite, I would give him the franchise potential. Great season last year and should do even better with a full healthy season in 2022-23. Steven Stamkos, healthy last year, amazing, 90 overall, love it. I'd probably even put him to 91. Braden Point, 89, medium elite. Not one of his better seasons comparatively, but he should still be able to maintain that status. Killorn at an 85 with high top 9 potential, I guess, but I think at this point we can call him top 6. Sergachev, medium elite, 85. I like it. Hagel, 84. Medium top 6. I like it. Sorelli, maybe into the 85 range. Chernak, 84. Yeah, I could see it. Ian Cole, drop him. Ross Colton, 81. Medium top 6. 22 goals last season. Maybe give him the 4-star shooting, but no big complaints there. A two-way forward, bumped in potential. That's good stuff for Ross Colton. Nick Paul, bottom 6, 81. Yeah, Nemesnikov, Perry, still with the elite potential. Cal Foote, he's going to be eating a lot of minutes this season. I could see him getting up to 81, 82 plus range if he's playing every night with Victor Hedman. Hayden Fleury, Pat Maroon, Bogosian, Belmar, Seabrook, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Vasilevsky, 94 overall. See, why is he high elite and Igor is franchise? That doesn't make sense to me, but 94 overall, the highest rated goalie in the game, backed up by 37-year-old Brian Elliott. Love it. Moving now to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Austin Matthews, 94 overall, medium franchise. Makes sense. His defensive game has come along enough to make me say that, yes, he should have higher defensive awareness. 94 defensive awareness? Maybe it's pushing it a bit. But, 5-star shooting, 97 offensive awareness. Good stuff from Austin Matthews. Mitch Marner, I'd probably have him a bit higher. Great season last year. He's a very complete player. Defense maybe a bit higher, and that'll be about it. Probably get him into the 91 range. Morgan Rielly, 88 overall. Very good defenseman right there as well. 68 points last season. 88 is fair enough for him. I wouldn't have been opposed to 89. John Tavares, 87. I'm not sure why he's dropping a little bit. I could see him being 88. Nylander, 87 at medium elite. I think that is fair, but at the same time, he's also putting up point-per-game type seasons. 80 in 81, 34 goals. I could see him 4.5-star shooting. I could see him 93, 94 offensive awareness. It's the physical that's holding him back. That's why I would say, why is he not 88, 89? It's the physical holding him back. Jake Muzzin, 84. I don't know about the potentials, though. Muzzin, low elite. Giordano, low elite. Brody, low elite. Yeah, I don't know about those. So, Giordano, 38 years of age. I think he's a bit too highly rated. I'd probably have Muzzin maybe 84, 83, and then Giordano and Brody being 83, 82, probably closer to that range. Michael Bunting, low top 9 potential after a 63-point season, scored in the season opener. Yeah, I could probably, give the guy medium top 6. If Kerfoot has medium top 6, Bunting can have it too. Justin Hall, 82 overall. Rasmus Sandin, 81, all right, high top 4. Engvall, I like the respect for him. He's a very good player. Yarncroc, 81. Liljegren, 81. Camp, Obekube. Victor Mete on waivers. Wayne Simmons, low elite. I cannot stand Wayne Simmons. I've said this time and time again. I just gotta keep scrolling. I cannot stand Wayne Simmons. They're trying to trade him for anything. He's on waivers. Nobody wants him. Low elite. What are you doing? Why? Why does he get low elite and other people are getting bottom 6 who are better? Goaltenders. We have Ilya Samsonov at an 85 with medium elite potential. I'd probably give him high starter until he proves himself. And Matt Murray, 83, medium starter. Fair enough. I'd probably go 83, probably like an LA Kings maybe. Samsonov, 84 with high starter would probably make a bit more sense for me. But that's a bit too high for some of the Leafs, a bit too low for some of the Leafs. Vancouver Canucks, JT Miller. Now this one's crazy. This is a bit too crazy. 99 points in 80 games. 32 goals, 67 assists, only 90 passing? Nah, an 88 overall? Give him high elite and 89, 90 overall after a season like that? Come on. JT Miller, underrated there. Quinn Hughes, 87, I don't mind it. The defensive category still has to come along, while the offensive is definitely there. The physical is too far behind to give him 90 overall anything right now. Elias Pettersson, 87 overall, high elite. I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think he has that high elite potential. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, I'd probably put him down to high top 4 at this point, but 85 overall is not horrible. Bo, top 50 Horvat, love this man. Give him 86. I think the defensive, 92 faceoffs. I would boost defensive awareness and or shot blocking a little tad. I would try and get him to an 86. Connor Garland, 85 is fair enough for me. Same for Brock Besser, and he has a higher potential than Garland. I think these are fair overalls and potentials. Mikheyev, 83, high top 9. Pearson, low top 6. Tyler Myers, low elite. No, give him medium top 4. Hoglander, 81 with medium top 6 potential. Not bad. Travis Dermott, Podkolzin and Hoglander and Kuzmenko, those are guys who are going to be in that 83, 84 range soon enough. Luke Shen, 81, okay, he really has, his physical at 5 stars. That boosts it a little bit. So I don't mind it because of that. Lazar, Pullman, Burrows. No Kuzmenko, he's not in the game yet, but he'll just have to be added. Yeah, that's about it. Goaltenders, Thatcher Demko. Whoa! I was about to throw in an 87 overall prediction, but Thatcher Demko, 89 overall, higher than Marc-Andre Fleury, as high as Yusei Saros, as high as Frederick Anderson. This is a little EA Vancouver bias, I think. Thatcher Demko, I'd probably put him 87, 88. 89, too high in my opinion. Is he backed up by Spencer Martin? Is that really the backup in Vancouver? 76, really? All right. There's Vancouver. Last few teams now, the Vegas Golden Knights. Jack Eichel, 89 overall. Give him a nice, full, healthy, good season. He'll be 91 overall, whatever, by NHL 24. Don't mind that. I'd probably even go high elite. Mark Stone, 89 overall. I think that's fair enough, again, after an injury-ridden season. Pietrangelo, 89. Shea Theodore, great defenseman. 87 is good. Jonathan Marchessault, 86 is fine with me. Stevenson, all these are okay with me. Maybe Stevenson, medium top 6 potential as opposed to medium top 9. But aside from that, William Karlsson, give him top 6 at this point. He's a good middle 6 centerman. Alec Martinez, he blocks, he's physical. Phil the Thrill Kessel, 83, love it. Nicolas Roy, 82, medium top 6, it's fringy. Nicholas Haig, Braden McNabb, Zach Whitecloud, a lot of high potentials. There's a lot of medium top 6s and medium top 4s. High elite for Nolan Patrick. No. Keegan Kolesar, high top 9. A lot of these, I'd bump these potentials down a notch. The overalls are okay. I'd bump a lot of these potentials down. Nolan Patrick, at this point, not because of the talent, but he'd probably be, what would be fair? Maybe high top 6, medium top 6. Medium top 6, probably what's most fair for him. Howden, Carrier, Weber, of course, who can be dropped in franchise mode. Robin Lehner, an 86. Then, this doesn't make sense. You got 86 Lehner, 82 Brassois, 80 Hill, and then the actual starter, Logan Thompson, is a 79 with fringe starter potential. Maybe the fringe starter is okay, but these are weird overalls. Maybe EA just has to fix this in their first roster update, but not much. I'm not going to say anything about this. Thompson should obviously be higher. He's the starter, and who's ever backing him up / in the minors should be lower. I think that goes without saying. Moving now to the Washington Capitals, just 2 teams left. Alexander Ovechkin, 92 overall, medium franchise, of course. 95 and 96, 94, all the great shooting accuracies. Love it. 97 offensive awareness, 5-star physical, just a monster. 90 overall, John Carlson, medium elite. I like it. Kuznetsov, Tom Wilson, give him top 6 at this point instead of top 9. Tom Wilson at an 86 is fair enough for me. What's his discipline at? 65. Nicholas Backstrom, 86 overall. Yeah, I think he's still at that overall. Orlov, 84. Brown, 84. Maybe more to 83. Anthony Mantha, fair overall because of the injuries and fair potential because of what I think he can do. Anthony Mantha, I think he's going to have a great season this year. 84, medium elite. TJ Oshie, same thing. Injuries, 84 is fair enough though. Dylan Strome, I like him a lot. 83, medium top 6, also pretty fair. Lars Eller, Connor Sheary. Maybe Sheary's a bit high, but Eller's all right. For Hervery, maybe could even be an 82. He blocks a lot. It's, oftentimes, you have the physical, you have the defense, but you don't got the puck skills or the shooting or the senses. So that's why the overall is there. I can't really add much more because that's just how it is for EA. Eric Gustafsson, Marcus Johansson, Jensen, Hathaway, good season last year. High bottom 6 for him. Nick Dowd, Hagelin, who's out for the most of the year, I think. Yeah, no big issues in Washington. And goaltending, it's Darcy Kemper, 86, backed up by Charlie Lindgren. I'm not sure if Kemper's going to have as good of a go this year as he's not in Colorado. 5-year contracts. I was not a big fan of that deal in the off season. I think he would probably find himself as a backup within year 3 or 4 of that contract as opposed to being the starter for all 5 years. But time will tell. The final team down in the NHL, the Winnipeg Jets, Kyle Connor, 90 overall, medium elite. He had a great season, 5-star shooting. I'd probably, 90 is okay. I wouldn't have opposed 91, but 90 is great for him. Mark Scheifele, 89 overall. Not one of his better seasons, but 89 is all right for Mark Scheifele. What a joke. They gave him Big Rig because of how he trucked Jake Evans, probably. I don't think he had Big Rig last season. That makes me laugh. Mark Scheifele. Blake Wheeler, former captain, now not even an alternate captain. 87 overall, medium elite. I'm not a big fan of the guy. I'd probably even have him at 86. He had 17 goals last season. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do great things this year. Josh Morrissey, I like that. 86, medium top 4. I wouldn't be opposed to low elite even, or high top 4 for Josh Morrissey. High top 4 probably makes the most sense. Nick Ehlers, 86. Yeah, he only played 62 games, but 55 and 62, on pace for 70-some points. I'd probably have him closer to the 87 category, and maybe a swap with Wheeler between 87 and 86 there. Pionk, 85. Pierre-Luc Dubois, 85. Nate Schmidt, 83. Lowry, 82. I don't mind that. Dylan, 82. Gagne, 81. Stanley, DeMello, Appleton. Perfetti, I'd probably have him up to closer 79, 80 at this point. He's going to be probably a middle 6, top 6 guy for them this season. And goaltenders, Connor Hellebuyck is still a 90 overall. Not the greatest year last year, but more because of the team, I think. But, consistency again. Does that mean he drops or not? David Riddick backing him up at an 80 overall. So there are my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, on all of the 32 teams in the NHL. Definitely lengthy stuff, but I hope that you just went through it and found the team that you wanted to see. Now with a little bit of royalty-free music over the next little bit, I'm going to run through all of the AHL, WHL, OHL, and QMJHL teams. If I did every team in every league, it would be quite the video. I think it would be a bit too much, and I would be flying through it way too quickly. I don't want to be times 100 speed where you can't catch anything or pause to see things that you want to see. So I'll run through all 4 of those leagues. If there's anyone else that you really want to see and you don't have the game and you want to know, just let me know in the comments. But without further ado, now moving into the AHL, WHL, OHL, and QMJHL. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, all of the rosters in the NHL, AHL, and the major junior leagues. Obviously, a lot of those names are probably not as interested in, but you see Connor Bedard, you see Shane Wright, you see Dylan Holloway, a lot of interesting names down there. Weird name like Kalen Addison in the AHL, for example, names that aren't actually going to be in the AHL, but you'll want to see them because the game has them there right now. Obviously, a roster update will be out soon enough to fix some of those discrepancies, players who are actually in the NHL, but I will be putting out my own roster with salary cap fixes and a few overall fixes as well for things that I think are really odd, like I was mentioning in the video previously. That video will also be up later this afternoon, pumping up as much NHL 23 content as I can for the moment. If you're watching live as I upload, be sure to join the channel around 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern tonight for a little overview of franchise mode. We're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb to see what's new, what's the same, and can we spot any more glitches in there. So join along if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel for more NHL 23 franchise mode and career simulation content and much more, tutorials and everything that'll help you out with your franchise mode. Join our Discord server, link in the description if you haven't already, to join like-minded individuals who are loving their franchise mode, talking hockey and everything else in between. And of course, be sure to leave your thoughts on the overalls and potentials. Who are your biggest surprises? Who are the biggest ones that are just saying that makes no sense? Which players finally got the respect they deserved? Leave a comment down here on YouTube with all of those thoughts. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for taking the time. NHL 23 is upon us and there's much more content coming your way, so I hope that you are looking forward to it. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Looking forward to reading your thoughts on my thoughts and your own thoughts, and seeing you again in the next one.